Have you ever been fat? I might have come on a little too strong there. Let me restart. Have you ever been fat? Are you looking to maintain your weight, get stronger, or whatever else? Well, I have the perfect anime for you. Wait, what? You don't want to do any of those things? Well, do you at least like cute anime girls doing literally anything? Okay, at least we're on the same page there. The anime you're so desperately waiting for me to reveal, whether it's for health or for cute anime girls, is how heavy are the dumbbells you lift. Yo, what the fuck? That is not the opening. One second. This show is about Hibiki Sakura, a second-year high schooler who loves to eat. One day she's walking home with her friend, she was essentially fat-shamed into going to the gym. She hates it at first, but through realizing she can build cake through going to the gym, begins her new journey of weight loss, snatched waist, and fat ass. I might have made up that last part because I thought it would make it funnier, but who really cares? This show is more or less just a guide to the gym. It gives out tons of helpful information about how to properly use different machines and what exercises work which muscles. It also goes into detail about different studies in the fitness world. There was an episode where they brought up a study about how static stretching before weightlifting can lead to a risk of more injuries than dynamic stretching. And here's the thing, whether this study is right or wrong, I'm going to walk around telling people this information because it sounded right. Also, I kind of forgot to complete the rest of the synopsis after the fat ass joke, so back to that. As the show goes on, Hibiki finds herself in a group of girls who are all interested in going to the gym for a variety of different reasons. We have her best friend, the fighter, the one obsessed with muscles, their cosplaying teacher, and the Russian transfer student. Through working out together, they created an unbreakable bond. I guess there wasn't that much left of the synopsis. But as we move on, I just wanted to ask you a question. Do you remember P90X? If not, it was basically if you looked up on YouTube 15-minute workouts, except it wasn't free. I bring this up because that's what this show is actually about. The whole show is based around the girls going to the gym, so the story focuses on situations that will either get them motivated to go to the gym, mostly by calling Hibiki fat for eating a lot. Then, once they're there, they usually will create a situation where they can demonstrate
Machio's muscle lesson of the day.
This is the part of the show where Machio, the muscle freak and the girls' trainer, will demonstrate how to properly use gym equipment. This is also when he shows what part of the body the girls are demonstrating will be worked out. The setup for an episode might be something like, as Hibiki walks into the gym, she sees a metric fuck ton of people crowding the area because it's the new year, and that's what people do during the new year. All the usual equipment is being used, so Machio encourages them to try out this machine. And here comes the
Machio.
I don't think we need to hear it twice. Also, as I'm writing the script, I just remembered that's not the only time they work out in the show. I mean, they're basically working out the entire time, that's kind of the whole point of the show, but I mean actually demonstrating workouts. The author would sometimes put the characters in situations where they can't go to the gym, so their only option is to do an at-home workout. Basically to show the viewer more exercise you could do at home. You know, P90X type shit. Speaking of at-home workouts, at the end of every episode, they would break the fourth wall and show you, the viewer, a at-home exercise that you could follow along with these animated characters. It's usually just something simple like push-ups or squats, but it's still a cool aspect to the show. They even go over proper form and ways to not injure yourself while doing these workouts. So I couldn't really figure out a way to smoothly transition to the next topic, so I ended up liking the show a lot more than I initially thought I would. Especially because I assumed the show was going to be about regular cute anime girls learning about the gym, which it is, but I feel like it's kind of more than that after completing the series. It's more about getting people comfortable going to the gym. I think there are plenty of people who are intimidated by the thought of just not knowing how to use the equipment. I'm certain we've all seen those videos of people getting seriously injured doing a regular deadlift. So it makes sense that people may be fearful if they've never actually done the exercise themselves. Or it's just the thought of muscle-bound dudes lifting 1,000 pounds over their head and dropping them from the roof to show how massive their dicks are. But this story is here to show you that the gym doesn't have to be scary. And if you want to go, you should. Whether you're trying to achieve a specific goal or just going to stay healthy, this show encourages people to just go to the gym. And to make it easier and more fun, just bring a friend to be a part of that journey with you. So yeah, I've actually really enjoyed this show, and I'm sick there isn't a second season for it to continue. But I do want to tell you my one gripe with this show before you recommend it to your grandmother. Okay, just to make sure no one's looking. 3, this. Did you forget? This is anime, baby! Of course they have to issue with the flashbang of NSFW. And the reason I say flashbang is because they do it at the most random of times. You'll be casually watching as Machio explains what a bench press is, then boom, titties. Bro, I watched this show religiously as I worked out in my house. Do you know how awkward it is to be working out in your basement and randomly get hit with 44 inches of anime titties? I will say that the show does do some light fan service in general, like when the girls are showing what part of the body a certain exercise may work out. But honestly, that's not that bad comparatively to getting caught watching something like Prison School. But I honestly just don't want to show it again. This is crazy. This show was much better than I expected. It was informative, fun, and most of all, motivative. After I watched the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, this is for sure the show to get me excited to work out. Then I would work out and be like, how did I let an anime trick me into doing that? But still, it got me in the right mood to get up and try to achieve my body goals. So for all the reasons I named, I would recommend this to your grandmother. As a little side note type thing as I'm wrapping everything up, I've recently been attempting to become more fit and do exercises I actually enjoy to hopefully lose weight over time. Right now I've been really into soccer, mostly because of Blue Lock, and rock climbing, mostly because it's my calling. Something I found out while doing these things is where they are a great exercise, it's also just a great way to not think of exercise as exercise, if that makes any kind of sense. I actually enjoy to do them, so it's fun, and I'm actually having a good time, and I'm not thinking about how my body hurts. All I want to say as someone who is making a real effort to reach his body goals is, if there's anyone out there who wants to lose or gain weight or whatever, just try new things. You never know what you might fall in love with. Also, as a final thing, I just wanted to shout out Sir Hoopla, Lil Sis, James, C, and my mom for listening to me talk about rock climbing. It's quickly become an obsession, and I think all of you are probably sick of hearing me talk about it, but thanks for listening. Anyways, my body hurts from, well, you kind of get it at this point. Good night.